Alright boys, I've spent 520 hours in Zedfest. Why though? Well, it's quite simple, it's an awesome game. What exactly does the game offer to make me play it for 500 plus hours? And can I surpass 1000 hours? Basically, it's not going to be a huge game. It's only developed by one person. Zedfest is an indie game. But unlike the other indie games I've played, this one stuck to me. The satisfying movement, sounds, gunplay, it all just feels very natural. Not to mention gameplay mechanics like placing down traps, leveling up guns, unlocking characters, doing seasonal objectives, and so on. There is still a ton that is missing from the game, and I'll get to that later on. But for those of you who don't know what Zedfest is, let me quickly tell ya. At the time of recording this, it's still going to be an early access horde shooter zombie game, which is up to 4 players co-op. The story of the game is quite simple. You're just on a reality TV show killing zombies, which are called Zeds, and you're killing them for a live TV audience. To put it simply, yeah, it's just like a killing floor game, but in third person, with better movement. Now that that's out of the way, what actually drove me to play this game for 500 plus hours? Honestly, I've been on a lookout for a good zombie game for a while. Killing Floor 2, albeit they're still trying to update it and put fresh things in it, but it's just not what I imagined Killing Floor 2 could be. Stuff like Call of Duty Zombies, yeah, it's fun, but not for like a long time. Every horde shooter game is going to be repetitive in nature, some just have more stuff to do. Now let's get to the juicy part. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Zedfest, I just like the game. Same with Killing Floor 2, I'm not sponsored by it, but I've been recording it ever since it came out. Anyway, what makes Zedfest stand out? As mentioned before, you can place down traps to help you kill the Zeds. You can literally create a bunker and just let the traps do the work for you. Oftentimes, it can feel like a tower defense game, but you can also play without traps to make it harder on yourself if you want, or you can place traps occasionally around the map to help you in your journey. Traps are pretty much the main reason I love this game so much. Just adds cool variety in gameplay. I mean, in what other game can you kill stuff with a literal Tesla coil and a void at the same time? The best part is, the developer can add a lot of traps in the game, and they're gonna be fitting right in. The movement, as mentioned before, is a big part as well. The sliding and rolling mechanic feels really smooth and natural. Upgrading guns to level 5 to make them more accurate and deal more damage feels rewarding. The game by itself, yeah, it's not much, but it has a very good base. Now he just has to expand on this base and polish it up, and we're gonna be having a very juicy, epic game. Like I said before, the only problem with Zedfest is that it's not developed by, you know, multiple people at once. I mean, there's literally one guy doing networking, the art, mechanics, weapons, you know, everything. So yeah, updates tend to be a little bit slow, but once they actually come out, I mean, it's freaking hype. But yeah, if you guys want, yeah, you can just go check it out. It's not even all that expensive. I mean, it actually goes on sale for like $6, $5, and I do believe the base price is around $12. So yeah, not an expensive game at all for the amount of fun you can get. Now, for the rest of the video, yeah, I'm probably just gonna be talking about what this game needs, in my opinion, and yeah, like I said before, it has a lot of room to grow. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, let's get right into things. Yeah, boy. The game by itself, it feels memorable, but the Zeds inside it feel really basic. They are fun to shoot at, just not fun to look at, if that makes any sense. Killing Floor 2 did this really well. Every Zed looks different and feels unique. Let's just take the Mantas, you know, the most common enemy for the example. Yeah, they just look like Play-Doh, pretty much. Yeah, they're just one solid color Martian dudes. And the Siren Heads, yeah, they just look about the same. So in the future, I would love to see some changes to the Zeds, how they look like, maybe new styles, new animations, stuff like that. Also, on the subject of Zeds, I don't know about you, but I do love it when things have a backstory to them. So maybe at some point in the future, there could be some more clarity on how these Zeds came to be. Yeah, boy. Now, the progression system is what you would expect. Yeah, it does take time to level up, but you do become stronger later on. I'd love to see some skins for guns, you know, some cosmetics. After every match, you do get something called Z credits, which are currently used for purchasing a weapon upgrade, a perk prestige, or a character. Maybe something like a shop in the main menu could be kinda cool, you know, customize your weapon, customize your traps. I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of gold skins for weapons. So if he just adds one skin for each weapon, I mean, I would be okay with that. In my opinion, grinding is literally essential for horde shooter games. You're basically always playing the same thing over and over, you know, same map, same shooting, same Zeds. So the more things you can unlock in that time, you know, the more rewarding the game will feel. Yeah, boy. Okay, more maps. Yep, that's something this game lacks. The gameplay of Zedfest is going to be fitting any map you can imagine. Be it a forest map, a castle map, a moon map, or a underwater map, it will fit. I would like to see some progression maps where you unlock different areas the more you play. I mean, that would be quite interesting. Yeah, boy. So, Zedfest is supposed to be the goriest game show ever, yet the Zeds always die the same way. Now, you do have dismemberment of, you know, limbs and such, but maybe add some unique death animations, let's say the Tesla coil trap. The Tesla coil is shocking the Zed, and the Zed just dies like it was shot from a bullet. I would much rather like to see the Zed turning like a black color, you know, he was just shocked. And you know, as he's laying on the floor, yeah, there could be, you know, some smoke coming off of him. This game would also benefit massively from fire-based weapons, cryo-based weapons, acid-based weapons, and shock-based weapons. It would require some rebalancing and a lot of work, I'm guessing, but would feel so freaking good. There could also be some further improvements to the gore. You know, like guts flying out, you know, a massive pool of blood, but I feel like that would be a little bit too laggy. Yeah, boy. Well then, this should be pretty freaking obvious, but yeah, more Zeds. More Zeds to shoot at, different looking, different attack animations, could be a shielded Zed or a flying Zed, just doesn't matter. Just new stuff to shoot at, and as stated before, the more traps this game has, the better. Literally anything can become a trap, let's just say a freaking lawnmower or a flamethrower tower or a UFO shooting lasers down. Yeah, it would all just fit in very, very nicely, and it would be fun to tinker around with. I did already talk about different weapons that could be added, but there's also stuff like AKs, guided rocket launchers, different shotguns. Yep, more Zeds, more traps and more weapons. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that we could tinker around with. Yeah, boy. Now, this game, in its current state, yeah, it's alright, but there's still a lot of things that look like placeholders. On top of that, high ping, servers, let's say 120 plus ping. Yeah, that's where this game feels a little bit buggy, yeah? You know, you get stuff like rubber banding, unresponsive shooting, and so on. So yeah, some bug fixes and polish is definitely needed. Anyway, this game has a very good base layer, it just has to be expanded upon. In the right way, of course. And if that becomes the case, yeah, this is gonna be a giga successful game. So yeah, all the things I've mentioned are just my opinions and or suggestions. So yeah, let me know if they're any good. And do let me know if you guys have any of your own ideas on what you guys want to see in Zedfest, because I genuinely believe this is an awesome ass freaking game. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, this game, it did give me a lot of good ass freaking memories and a hell of a good freaking time. And as long as it keeps receiving updates, yeah, I'll probably pass the 1000 hour mark. Anyways, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you guys next episode. Adios.